What were those children's voices coming from my neighbor's house? He had lost her child in the accident. Emily walked slowly through the narrow cobblestone streets in the darkness of the night. Her footsteps echoed sharply on the stones, while the wind whistled and moaned between the old walls. Her heart raced for no apparent reason, and her breath grew shallow. With her hands shoved into her pockets, she fixed her eyes on the old apartment building above. The building's door was rusted, and the steps were on the verge of crumbling. Emily took a deep breath and looked up with fear. At that moment, she heard something. A faint hiss, followed by a high-pitched child's laugh. The laughter echoed through the streets, invading Emily's mind. Her heart pounded rapidly, and her breathing became tight. Small footsteps joined the sounds, as if a child were running inside the apartment. Emily recoiled, her hands trembling. Just as she was about to approach the door, a thin voice came from inside. "Do you want to play?" Emily flinched. She froze in front of the door, holding her breath. The voice coming from inside did not seem to belong to Mr. Harper alone. It felt like it belonged to some other presence. The dusty old toy car in front of the door, long unused for years, appeared to move slightly, as if nudged by an unseen hand. Emily stepped back and then paused after only one step. Her heart felt like it would leap out of her chest. The laughter did not cease throughout the night. When Emily went to her room and approached the window, she noticed the faint echo of tiny footsteps in the empty corridors of the apartment. The toy car still sat in front of the door, and Emily's tension grew even stronger. That night had become an unforgettable beginning of terror for Emily. The next day, Emily finally decided to investigate Mr. Harper's past. Some of the building's residents said that years ago, Mr. Harper had lost a child. The child had died in a tragic accident at a young age, and ever since that day, Mr. Harper had lived alone. He never formed close relationships with anyone. He always kept his door closed. Emily's blood ran cold. The laughter was not just a memory of the past. That night, Emily returned to the window once more. The laughter began again. This time it sounded as if several children were playing together. Their giggles mingled with sobs and whispers that echoed throughout the room. Emily slightly parted the curtain and looked into Mr. Harper's living room. The room was empty, yet on the floor, dolls were arranged. Some toppled over, others lined up neatly. Emily's eyes were fixed on the dolls, as if they were all staring back at her. From the far corner, a shadow swiftly slid behind the curtains. Emily's eyes widened like saucers. Something was inside. It was no longer just a memory. Toy cars and dolls moved one by one. A small doll rotated slightly on its axis, and a toy car crept forward with a faint sound. Emily felt her heart pounding as if it might leap out of her chest. She opened a notebook and began writing down everything she had learned. The child's name, age, manner of death. Every detail made the dark secrets of the apartment more visible. As the night went on, the laughter became more pronounced. Emily stood by the window for a while, her chest tightening, her breath catching. Amid the laughter, she could sometimes hear the sounds of a crying child. Emily realized that the presence here was constantly observing everything around her. After a while, Emily mustered her courage and returned to Mr. Harper's door. She knocked. Silence fell from inside. Then a thin voice whispered, "Do you want to play?" The door creaked open slightly. She saw Mr. Harper. His eyes were deep, dark, and silent. Emily stepped inside, her breath coming in short, uneven gasps. Inside, toys and old children's belongings filled the room. Drawings hung on the walls, traces of a lost child's life. But the most terrifying sight was the shadow sitting on a small chair in the corner. It seemed alive, but not human. Silent, sinister, and unnerving. Laughter and whispers swirled around her. Emily's heart pounded wildly as she watched the shadow. Footsteps echoed through the room, and toy cars moved on their own. Emily tensed, but her curiosity would not let her stop. With every step she took, the dolls and toy cars seemed more animated. The intensity of the presence pressed down on her, weighing her body. The drawings on the walls moved slightly, their eyes seeming to watch her. Emily finally understood. This place was not only a reflection of Mr. Harper's past, but also a trap for a malevolent entity. Her hands trembled. She took another step to get a better look at the shadow. The figure on the chair leaned slightly, silently fixing its gaze on Emily. A small laugh erupted, this time higher-pitched and sharper. Suddenly, multiple shadows appeared in the room. The toys swayed gently. The air grew cold, and Emily's skin crawled. Emily decided to confront the shadow. She stood among the dolls. Tiny giggles rose around her, and whispers seeped from the walls. The shadow moved, briefly taking the shape of a child. Emily tensed, but she did not flee. Their eyes met. The laughter and whispers revealed that the child's spirit was still trapped within Mr. Harper's house. Emily spoke with courage. "I won't hurt anyone, but you must leave this place." The shadow paused for a moment. The laughter slowed. Silence fell. Mr. Harper's eyes were no longer empty. A faint glimmer of humanity reflected in them. Emily survived the night. The laughter ceased. The toy cars and dolls still remained in the room. She knew that the pain of the past and lost souls could sometimes seep into the world. Courage was the only way to stop them. As Emily stepped out of the apartment, never to return, she carried with her the quiet knowledge that the laughter of children, like those in Mr. Harper's house, could still echo through silent nights, deep within her heart. Hello! If you liked my video, don't forget to subscribe and like for more.